I was thinking, what if we were all okay with just getting uglier? Like, aren't you exhausted? Aren't you exhausted trying to be your most beautiful self? And I just want to have a little chat because I thought, what if we were all okay with just getting uglier? Like, wouldn't that be a relief to not have to be chasing our most beautiful self every day? And I think that in order to talk about this, maybe we need to define the word ugly. To me, ugly means something that doesn't fit society's standards of beauty. It doesn't mean that it's truly ugly. It just means that it's not in style. Like if you think about what the kings and queens and beauty standards looked like over 100 years ago and more, it wasn't exactly what we think is beautiful today. So that says to me that there's no one beautiful standard. It just happens to be what's in style for the time. And I've been thinking about beauty and what it means to chase perfection, and it's really not fun. It's exhausting, it's not fun, and you'll never win because no one's perfect. And perfect is only what's in style anyhow. So I'm thinking that when people make a change for themselves, like to grow out their gray hair or lose or gain weight or just do something to themselves that they either didn't mean to do or that they did mean to do, or doing something fun or new that might be embarrassing to try, if these things do not fit within the societal norms, they're considered uglier. And then I thought, what's wrong with uglier? Like, if uglier means not in style, that's okay. Sometimes you want to do something for yourself that other people consider uglier. For me, I grew out my gray hair and it makes me so much happier. But you wouldn't believe how many people said to me on my journey, "Oh, you're not ready for gray hair yet. You still look young." I'm ready for gray hair because that's what's coming out of my head. And if it makes me look uglier to you, it doesn't matter because I'm happier. So I think that when you want to do something for yourself that other people think makes you look uglier, maybe cut your hair short. You've never cut your hair short, you want to try it. And other people are going to come up to you and say, after you cut your hair, and it's not going to come back for years, they're going to say things like, well, I liked it better long. And I think it's more important that we try the things we want to try in this lifetime and not fear ugly. How do we not fear ugly? I think we need to recharacterize it as boldness. To be uglier in the face of these beauty standards is bold. It's what an artist would do. You can think of yourself as an artist, and you're the artist of your life. You're the main character, artist, architect of your life. So you need to do what you want to do, even if it means being uglier in other people's eyes. And if that means that you're done wearing shapewear, be happier. Be bold. And if that means cutting off your hair because you never liked doing your hair and never understood it, be happier, be bold, be uglier. And something I should say is that you really need to stop being triggered by the word ugly if you're going to move forward like this. You have to recharacterize it for yourself. And you have to change the word to mean bold, living boldly right in the face of the beauty industry. Now, you sit here watching me talk about getting uglier, but every single day I'm talking about makeup and how to make yourself prettier. Where's the balance? Do I not see the hypocrisy? Yes, I do. I know some of you are going to say, how dare she sit here looking good and talking about being uglier? I have always fit society's standards of being a good-looking person. I acknowledge this, but there are ways that I don't mind not being perfect, getting a little uglier. My teeth are messed up, people. When I first started this channel, and when I started looking at myself on camera, I was like, wow, should I get braces again? Should I fix my teeth? And then I thought, no, this is who I am. I'm going to sit in this. And it might be uncomfortable to always see my crooked mouth on camera, but it's what makes me, me. So I'm going to sit in this and I'm going to become okay with it. And it turned out to be a really great choice to stop chasing perfection because no one talks like me because my mouth is messed up in the way it is. So in the balance of being pretty for yourself and something you like to look at, but also accepting what is not perfect about you instead of completely battling against it all the time. That's the balance we're looking for. We're not looking to go live in a cave and never do our hair again. That's not fun either. The fun is in the balance, where you like what you see, but what you see doesn't have to fit society's idea of perfection. And let me give you an example of things that I do that are uglier in the eyes of others, even as I'm making myself pretty for me. I'm wearing less makeup. I'm wearing crazier clothes. A lot of these clothes people consider ugly, and I consider them fun. They are super bold, and I'm having the time of my life. When I go to a party, I don't wear the most form-fitting, revealing dress I can so I can feel pretty. I wear things that feel great on my body. They may not show off my body. They may not even be that flattering. And these are all choices that some people deem uglier. And I'm not triggered by that because I have redefined uglier to mean bolder. Because you have to decide what's most important to you. Is it more important that Sally at work liked your hair longer? Or is it more important to you that you made a bold choice in your life that you always wanted to make and you saw how it turned out? Maybe you don't even like your new haircut, but you should be really proud of yourself for being bold. You are here to live your own life. You are your own main character. Your main character needs to make interesting choices to make an interesting story. So how do we start making these bold choices? We have to decide to sit in the uncomfortable because uglier is uncomfortable. You have to practice. So you want to practice ugly. And the reason most people don't choose uglier, most people don't swim against the stream, even though there are choices that they would love to make, whether that means wearing hats or scarves, bolder outfits, cutting their hair, going gray, wearing less makeup, is that they are aiming their life toward comfort. And though that sounds nice, there's no great story that was ever built off of a comfortable life. So you have to be willing to practice being ugly. You have to be willing to practice sitting in the uncomfortable, practice making bold choices. You're not going to dive right into this lifestyle where you simply don't care what people think, but you have to practice a little bit in order to get there. Practice is really the key. You have to practice being bad at something until you can get good at it. And every time I talk to somebody who's like, I don't know how to do this, I'm like, well, then go out there and be bad at it. That's where you start, because there's actually no winning the most beautiful game. And as you get older, it would be harder and harder to play. So do you want to play your losing game, or do you want to be bold? And do you want to practice being fun? That's a rhetorical question. And you actually do know the answer. I'll see you soon.